Aggron has aged very, very well. And I don't think MiHoYo will make like emulators just not age. Right? The reason why they spend so much marketing budget for this, but just like how they spend a ridiculous amount of budget for a unit that I don't have, Castorus. It is what it is, right? They also spend a ridiculous amount of budget for Final. And I don't think Final is gonna be a unit that will be like I feel like almost to a certain point, you can almost see like a direct correlation with a unit's role in the story compared to the unit's prevalence in the meta. Almost. It's like whatever a story patch is focused on said unit, the unit's value, it starts to shine. And then when they start shifting away, especially if that specific plot, they are like the side characters, right? They're not the main characters. It's almost as if their relevance in the meta also starts to shift away at a faster pace compared to others. And like Painon, did I say Paimon? Painon, he is the him, right? He is like the poster child for Amphorius and Honkai Impact at this point. So I just cannot think of a world where Painon is not gonna be him, especially if you play this game like 4 months, 6 months down the road, right? When he gets Farina, when he gets like even more vertical investments, right? When he gets a dedicated sustain. Because even if you want to be actually about it, technically Acheron still doesn't have a dedicated sustain till this day, right? So I feel like these kind of units, they have like more room to wriggle around and pivot out into better vertical investments. So I think a good contrast is probably like Aglaia, right? She's like ridiculously strong, but her room to grow is just like her role in the story. A dead end, right? Like she's still really goddamn strong, right? Even without the islands or whatever the fuck. But like the current team that she's on is more or less already done, right? She is more or less reached the peak with Sunday, Babin, and Huan, right? Maybe if you change into the wheelchair, if you add in a Tribi, add in a higher scene, let the wheelchair deal more damage for you, maybe she could potentially compete. But like her room to grow is already like around the same caliber as in where her story is gonna be ending. And this is not the case. And for example, in my opinion, like Acheron, which is, you know, she's one of the main important features in the story, as well as Final, right? Which is basically him. So that is just like a quick little example as to how I think they balance around meta for all of the lore, right? Like actually paying attention to the lore and the MSQ, it gives you a little bit of a hint as to how long they're gonna cook.
You have cooled your last cool, my man.